the Dallas Wings. The Dallas Wings has secured the number 1 2026 draft pick. Does this mean AZ Fudd is coming to Dallas? Will AZ Fudd come to Dallas with Paige Beckers and they run it back like the Yukon days, baby? The New York Liberty has selected a new head coach. They have a new head coach, but Shanae Ogwumike. And a lot of the Slows, they're unhappy about it. They're unhappy about it, okay? They say that the WNBA needs more black women head coaches. They're unhappy, okay? Angel McCoughtry has gone off on an NBA player for stating the obvious. Bree Turner wants transgenders in the WNBA for some reason. The CBA negotiations is still up in flames. The players are not satisfied with over $1 million of contract. College basketball was exciting this past weekend. We're going to talk about it and much more right after the intro. Let's go! Yay! What's up, boys, girls, he, she, they, them, we, or whatever you choose to identify as? Welcome to the W360, your home for all things women's basketball. I'm your host, CJ So Foolish, and welcome to another episode of the W360, okay? What's up, W360 Nation? What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Yay! Yay! Happy Sunday, W360 Nation. Happy Sunday, W360 Nation. And then wherever you're watching from here in America, or wherever you're watching from, W360 Nation, because we are all over the world, okay? Thank you so much for watching. And if you are new here, thank you so much. Please, guys, please like the video, share the video, comment. Even if you're watching the playback, please comment so it can help the video in the algorithm. The last show, for some reason, my show is being blocked in territories. I got a notification that they're blocking my show in territories. I am fighting it. I didn't even say anything. But they're blocking my show in certain territories due to offensive content. People like to say I incite bullying and things like that, and none of that happens on this show. This is a Christian-based show, and we tell the truth. Okay? Now, I don't know why the truth is being blocked here, but I thought this was a free country. So, guys, please, if you are a W360 Nation and you're a supporter of this show, please like the show. Please share it, comment, because we're not going to be stopped, okay? We're not going to be stopped. And if you're new here, like I said, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and tell your mama, your daddy, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, and your brother. And tell that one family member that's about to come over for Thanksgiving in a few days that nobody wants to see. That one family member who made it to Thanksgiving this year because he's not in jail. He's not in jail. You know that one family member that only makes it to Thanksgiving one out of every few years because he's locked up. Tell him to subscribe so he can tell his jailmates and his booty mates to watch. Y'all have nothing else to do. Tell them to subscribe to the W360, okay? And W360 Nation, thank you so much for returning each and every episode, whether you're watching us or whether you're watching live or whether you're catching the playback. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, okay? What's up, W360 Nation? I see you guys are arriving. People are coming in. What's going on, Rose and Toyo? What's going on? And I love you back. I love you back. Okay, Colleen Gimma N6F, love the hat. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is my little holiday spirit hat a little bit. You know, I just threw it on today just to kind of, you know, it's a little cold here in Texas, so I just threw on a little Scully today. Thank you so much. Seth Thomas, 1048 says, hey, everybody. What's up, Seth? What's going on? Go get her, never quitter. We're here, CJ. I recognize your profile pic. What's up, girl? I can't remember what your previous name was, but what's up, go get her, never quitter? I know that's right. We don't quit anything around here, even drinking. Cheers. Chris Mitchell, 5122. What's up? Thank you for tuning in. Peggy Cole is in the building. What's up, Peggy? Ty Spencer is here. Ty Spencer is in the building. Shout out to you, Ty Spencer. Tiana's in the building. And Jade. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Jazz Cloud, I know you out there too, love. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a full show ahead tonight. Okay. The WNBA mock draft took place tonight. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. And, you know, the 1 through 5 picks are established for the 2026 WNBA draft. Those are established, so that's exciting. New York Liberty has announced a new head coach this week, but the Slows are upset. Okay, Shanae Ogumake put out a video, and the Slows are upset because they don't feel like it's enough black women head coaches in the league. There's just not enough black women. Okay, despite the black women who have held head coaching positions and failed like a special ed student on the SAT. F-. They failed, but Shanae Ogumake and the rest of the Slows, they don't care. Just hire black women. That's all they want in this league. We're going to talk about that. Angel McCoughtry went on a rant, okay? Angel McCoughtry is mad at the obvious truth. The NBA player made a statement about WNBA players and WNBA teams, and Angel McCoughtry is upset. Okay, Angel McCoughtry is upset. We're going to talk about that. Bree Turner wants transgenders in the league. Bree Turner feels like transgender women should be in the league. Bree Turner, out of all people. Bree goddamn Turner. All right, we're going to talk about that. All right, and if you're sensitive, I'm telling you right now, the Gold Cup is here. If you're sensitive, I'm telling you right now to turn off the show. All right, and CBA negotiations. The players have rejected the $1.1 million offer. All right, so we got a full show ahead, guys. Get your popcorn, get your drinks, get whatever it is that you sit back on your couch and do when you're watching the show. Go ahead and get it, and let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about it. I told y'all. Stop reading the chat. I told you guys Bree Turner should not have been in my town. Bree Turner should have gotten out of my town. Okay? Bree, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Let's start right here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Did I put the link on Twitter? I feel like I do this every show. I don't put the link on Twitter so that at least Twitter Nation can know that we're live. Sade, can you do something to help the show and tweet the link so I can retweet it? Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? You're helpless. You're helpless, Sade. You're just as helpless as a Mexican when I... Never mind. I almost said a joke. All right, let's go ahead and get the show started. Let's get the show started, folks. Where do we start? Where do we start? Oh, let's start with the mock draft. All right, folks. The stage is set. The stage is set. Okay. The stage is set. Where's my phone? Oh, here it is. All right. The lottery picks has been announced. The lottery picks has been announced via ESPN tonight. All right. If you didn't catch the draft mock, if you didn't catch the mock draft, just to let you know, the lottery picks starting at number 5. Those people out in Chicago, the Chicago Sky, they have the number 5 pick. Okay. The Washington Mystics has the number 4 pick. The Seattle Storm has landed the number 3 pick. Okay. And the Minnesota Lynx, Cheryl Reeve, you and your squad and the Stud Buds, you guys have the number 2 pick. Thank you, Sade, for tweeting the link. I appreciate you. And the number 1 pick goes to the Dallas Wings. Okay. So what does this mean for the Dallas Wings? Who's projected to go number 1? Of course, everyone is saying that AZ Fudd from UConn is going to be drafted number 1. But I don't know if I'm sure Paige, that's her organization, Paige Beckers with the sagging pants, Malibu Most Wanted, Paige Beckers. That's her organization. She's going to get her girlfriend there. AZ Fudd is Paige Becker's girlfriend, okay? They're public, okay? They're humping and humping and hump, and then they're hooping on the side, okay? So Paige Beckers is going to go to Dallas. I'm sorry, AZ Fudd is going to go to Dallas because Paige Beckers is going to go to the front office and say, you bring my woman here. I don't care that we need a big. I don't care that we need post players because that's what Dallas needs. That's what Dallas needs. Dallas needs posts. They're guard heavy. You have Ariko Gumbawale. You have Paige Beckers, of course. And you have the little sister from NC State. What's her name? I can't think of her name right now, but you have her from NC State who had a great season. You know, so to me, and then you got Maddie Seagrass, who's doing well, you know, and Maddie, I know you watch the show because I know you watch the show. You need to set up a date between me and your dad. I told you, I just want to have a steak and a beer. I'd like to have a beer. And, you know, some steak with your dad. Her dad seems like a great time. A great time. Um, Nonetheless, so what's being set up here is AZ is going to go to Dallas, and I just think that Dallas needs a big. But she's going to go to Dallas because in this league, relationships trump actual needs. Hence, the Connecticut Orange is the New Black Sun. Okay? DeWanna Bonner left Indiana Fever. America's team. America's team. America was rooting for this team. And I'm not even going to get into it heavy, but America was rooting for Indiana. And DeWanna Bonner left to go hump and hump and hump with a little bit of hooping on the side. So I don't have faith that Dallas is going to actually choose a big for their pick opposed to choosing AZ Fudd, because humping and hump is valued in this league. It's one of the core values. Go look up the mission statement on the WNBA website. I'm telling you right now, if you don't believe me, go look up the mission statement for the WNBA and you'll read where it says hump. That's our mission number one. We hump over here. Okay? We hump each other. I don't know what you go looking for in other sport organizations, and I don't know what you go, what your family wants to see on TV, but we hump in the WNBA. All right? We hump, and then you'll see some basketball. So AZ will go to Dallas with Paige so they can hump and play some games on the road. Seriously. Okay. That's the league we watch, folks. That's the league we watch. Nonetheless, all jokes aside, so just to let you guys know, the Wings, Dallas Wings has the number 1 pick in the draft. Minnesota Lynx has the number 2 pick. Seattle Storm has the number 3 pick. The Washington Mystics has number 4 pick, and the Chicago Sky has the number 5 pick. Okay, everybody that cares, America's team has the number 10 pick. Okay. They have the number 10 pick. I'm hoping they go after a stretch 4. All right. I hope they go after a stretch 4. Just go after a 4. Apparently, Natasha Howard, or it is confirmed Natasha Howard has signed with some new team somewhere. Natasha Howard may not be returning that season. That's great. That's good news if you ask me. That's good news if you ask me. Natasha Howard can take her bags and go. Take your bags and go. You take your bags and you go. Natasha, you take your bags and you go. You get out of my town. You take your bags and you go. You, your back brace, and your loudmouth wife of yours, you take your bags and you go. She signed with a new team. Hopefully that means she's not returning to Indiana. And you guys can get mad at me all you want. I know people like Natasha Howard, and congratulations to her. She just had her jersey retired at Florida State. It was Florida State, right? Yeah, Florida State. She just had her jersey retired. Congratulations from her. No hate here. Okay, but I'm telling you right now, I would love to see her go. You go. Okay? Seriously. Yes, Howard signed for a team in China. All right. Chris Mitchell 5122 says we need Hannah Stalky. I would love to get Hannah Stalky. I would love to get Hannah Stuckey, and I'm hoping that Caitlin Clark, aka White Jesus, aka Jesus Clark, is making the phone call, baby. Make the phone call. Let's get Hannah Stuckey in Indiana and let's run this thing back. Let's run it back. Let's get Hannah Stuckey from Iowa in Indiana and let's run this thing back. Let's show this league how a true big runs the floor. Seriously. Seriously. Robin Satterley says we need Lauren Betts. I don't think that's realistic, though. Would love her, but I don't think that's realistic. I don't think Indiana's getting Lauren Betts. Lauren Betts is definitely going above the number 10 pick. All right, so definitely something to keep your eyes on. At least we know who the lottery picks are or who has the lottery picks. And as we continue to watch these women in this league and to continue to watch them play, not in this league, but during this college season, continue to watch them play, we'll be able to make more predictable and accurate predictions as to where these women will land in the 2026 WNBA draft, assuming that there will be a season. Assuming that there will be a season, okay? And speaking of if there will be a season, let's see here. Where are we at? Speaking of if there will be a season, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know if there will be a season, okay? Because the CBA, the new contract, is still being negotiated, okay? The CBA is still being negotiated. We could be potentially headed to a lockout, folks. We could be potentially headed to a lockout. But I don't know if I want to go there yet. Let me see here. What are we saying in the comments? Go get her, never quit her said, I thought the Fever resigned her and I almost died. JSNK4TN says, well, if Paige can get Fudd, Fever should get Hannah. Harmony V sings, says, check again live from Atlanta. We love you, CJ. Shout out to the home team in the building. ATL is in the building. My home team. I love you back. And I love y'all back. I may come home for a couple of days for the holidays. So would love to see you. Shout out to the home team. Peggy Cole says, I'm worried about Clark making the USA team, saying how bad the Duke coach is going. She doesn't seem to be too offensively minded. Yeah, Carol Lawson is doing an awful job over there. What is going on over there at Duke? Okay, Duke, you guys look awful. Stinky. Duke looks terrible. Duke looks terrible. Duke looks awful. All right. Where do I want to go next? Actually, I want to go here. Let's start here. Oh, I need to pull this over here. That's why this seems weird. I'm like, are my scenes over here? All right. Do we have my scenes over here? Yeah, I do. The New York Liberty. The New York Liberty has landed on a new head coach, okay? They've landed on a new head coach. Chris DeMarco has been announced as the new head coach of the New York Liberty. Okay. Now, if you guys have no idea who Chris DeMarco is, he's an assistant coach for the Golden State Warriors that house the greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry. Okay. Chris DeMarco has been with Golden State for the last 13 years. Okay? He has 4 NBA championships with the Golden State Warriors. He also has he was the head coach of the Bahamas national team. And like I said, he's been with Golden State for 13 years. The New York Liberty has landed on Chris DeMarco. New York Liberty fans and basketball fans, for the most part, is happy about the decision. We have an assistant coach from the NBA who's in. Everyone knows that watch basketball. Assistant coaches are a huge part in the grand scheme of things with a basketball organization, as far as play calling, as far as scout reports, as far as the X's and O's and how to figure things out. Assistant coaches do the dirty work. They know the game. Anyone knows that. So this guy coming from Golden State, an elite organization in the NBA, was hired as the head coach for this NBA squad. Well, not a lot of people are happy about this hiring because he's white and he's a man. They're not happy. Okay? Shanae McCoughtry has some things to say about this hiring. Let's take a look.
Look at this. Ta-da! I bet y'all noticed there is a new trend in the WNBA, a new pipeline for head coaches. It's the NBA. Friday, the New York Liberty announced that they chose to hire Golden State Warriors assistant Chris DeMarco as their next head coach. Now, what does this mean in the big scheme of things? Well, here are the pros. In my opinion, the ultimate goal is always for people to realize that basketball is just basketball, no matter who is playing, whether you're in the NBA or the WNBA. It's all good hoops. For a very long time, people thought that the standard for meaningful opportunity in this industry was being associated with the NBA. Trust me, I know this a little bit personally. The list with ties is starting to get super long. Becky Hammon, Natalie Nakase, Nate Tibbetts, Alex Sarama, Sonia Rahman, Tyler Marsh, and now Chris DeMarco. For additional context, there are more coaches in the NBA than there are players in the WNBA. So getting a promotion to head coach in the NBA, especially with how they recycle respected names, probably seems really difficult, nearly impossible. But you know what they say, money talks. With coaches now making well over $1 million, the WNBA is now becoming a destination for opportunity. I'm sure people are noticing that if you're not getting hired from the NBA, you're most likely now coming from college. Lynn Roberts, Carl Semesco, and Jose Fernandez. And this leads me to my cons. It's getting increasingly hard for aspiring coaches or even former players to win from within. Internally, the WNBA has some of the brightest minds. Christy Tolliver, Breon January, Karima Christmas Kelly, Lindsey Harding, who is currently with the Los Angeles Lakers. Entering last season, Noelle Quinn was the only Black female head coach in the entire WNBA. And now the count is at 0. Clearly, all eyes are on the WNBA and its head coaches, but I hope we also never forget who helped pave the way.
Oh, the last few seconds went out. Here, hold on. I'll play the last 30 seconds of it again.
Cons. It's getting increasingly hard for aspiring coaches or even former players to win from within. Internally, the WNBA has some of the brightest minds. Christy Tolliver, Breon January, Karima Christmas Kelly, Lindsey Harding, who is currently with the Los Angeles Lakers. Entering last season, Noelle Quinn was the only Black female head coach in the entire WNBA. And now the count is at 0. Clearly, all eyes are on the WNBA and its head coaches, but I hope we also never forget who helped pave the way.
All right. So basically, Shanae Ogwumike is saying that there are men. It's too many penises around in this league. Okay, it's too many penises. All right, it's too many men. Why are men being hired? White men opposed to black women. Okay, she's pointing. She got the leader. She got the board behind her. She got the board behind her, and she's saying, "See, look, there's no black women being hired in this league." Shanae, respectfully, do I have a? I don't have a leader one. Respectfully, Shanae, you sound like a fool. Shanae, you sound like a fool. Because if we leave it up to you and the rest of the slows, the WNBA, all 15 teams will have just black women. Not the best person for the job. Not a guy that has 4 championships, literally is coaching Steph Curry in that dynasty that has been formed. Not the best person for the job. We just want a black woman. Well, we see how that went, Shanae, or how that goes. Look at Noelle Quinn. Look at Noelle Quinn. She's a black woman for the Seattle Storm that got fired. Players were running from her. Players were running from her. Noelle Quinn had no problem keeping Pokey Chapman on that coaching staff. And we all know what Pokey Chapman does. She loves to fondle underage girls. I'm not making this up. Go Google Pokey Chapman sexual assault when she was LSU coach. She loves to fondle her players. Noelle Quinn didn't care about that. Your players were running away from you. Or let's look at Atlanta coach, Tanisha Wright, a.k.a. Tanisha Wrong. That Atlanta squad stink. They stunk. Tanisha Wright, a.k.a. Tanisha Wrong, wore her bus driver outfits every game and stunk up the place. That Atlanta squad stunk. You did nothing. You did nothing but parade yourself. And this is insider information, by the way. So I dare you to send me a cease and desist. I dare you. You did nothing but wear big shorts through Atlantic Station and told people I'm the head coach of the Atlanta Dream. And you stunk up the place. Black woman. So they replaced your ass with Carl Smesco. And look at Atlanta this past season. We're not even going to start on Teresa Weatherspoon. And I know, Sade. She's thinking to herself right now as she watched, no, don't say anything about Teresa. We don't discriminate here at the W360. Teresa Weatherspoon was Sade's favorite player growing up. We loved her growing up. Amazing player, but she wasn't a coach. She was a motivational speaker. That's it. Now, I don't know if Teresa Weatherspoon was trying to get in Angel Reese's panties or what. But Teresa Weatherspoon didn't do a good job. Teresa Weatherspoon, a black woman, she stunk because because all she cared about was getting Angel Reese double doubles. That's it. That's it. And Teresa Witherspoon didn't care about winning. She didn't care about winning. She didn't even put the ball in the crazy girl hands. What's the crazy girl that attacked Goldberg speared White Jesus? I don't know why I can't think of her name right now. What's that crazy child's name? The cuckoo child that's over in China somewhere. From Chicago Sky. I can't think of her name right now. I see her face so clearly. Chicago Sky that Goldberg speared White Jesus. Kennedy Carter. You couldn't even get her under control. So Teresa, you got fired. You got fired. Because all you cared about was platforming Angel Reese. You didn't care about winning. You know, you thought if I platform and I put her on, maybe I can hump a little bit on the side. If I keep giving her these opportunities and putting the ball in Angel Reese's hands, I might be able to. I'm going to take a little break so y'all can think about that for a little bit. Want to exercise? Okay. Some of y'all can't be trusted around these young girls. You all have proven what you can do. You all have been given your chances. Then you have little hope. Okay, this makes sense. Seriously. Seriously, black women are hired in the WNBA. Okay, you guys have led the WNBA, but I'm going to be honest with you. If we leave it up to Shanae Okuma and the rest of the slows to choose head coaches, for the WNBA, I'm telling you right now, boy, oh boy, can you imagine what that coaching board would look like? Can you imagine what head coaches of the WNBA would look like if Shanae Ogumake and the rest of the slows chose the coaches? It would be all black women, which is fine. Okay, all right, fine. You pick black women, not the best candidate. Okay, you pick the black women. If you're black and you're a woman, you get the job. But we're going to choose diverse women because this league here, we represent everybody. You'd have a head coach with a septum ring and green hair on the side. Got to check that box. You'd have a head coach. I guarantee you they pick a head coach that wear a fro with a black power fist pick in it. You'd have that coach. Got to check that box. You definitely would have a fat one. You would have a fat black woman that between timeouts eat her chitlins. You hear me? In timeout, because representation matters. Do you hear me? Representation matters. So obesity, we represent obese women in this league, okay? Okay. I don't care about your heart disease or anything like that. We represent obese women in this league. You'd have an obese coach, black woman. You definitely gotta get a bald one. A bald one. All right? Because alopecia and things, we're going to, representation matters. So we're going to have a bald one with a septum ring. And you can't, God forbid we forget about the transgender woman. Absolutely not. You gotta have a trans. You gotta have one of the trans because representation matters, okay? Representation matters. You gotta have a trans. Oh, it'd be black power. 100% have a black woman in a wheelchair. You'd have a black woman in a wheelchair. Because what is it? Representation matters. That's it. Representation matters. You definitely got to have one in a wheelchair. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. If we leave it up to Shanae Oguma and the rest of the slows, we're going to hire black women from all sorts. You're going to have a stud. Nothing against studs. But you're going to have a stud. One with the buzz cut. Have to. Shanae Ogumake and the rest of you, hey, let the man coach. Just let the man coach. You guys have had the league for 20 plus something years. We've seen what you've done with it. We've seen. Here's one tweet I ran across. Mind you guys, this shit is funny to me. When I read the slows, when I read the slows, when they tweet, oh God, it's hilarious. Here's one slow tweet. Actually, let's start here. Megan Hall. Oh, she's a slow. She's a reporter for the WNBA, but she's a slow. She says a shift in the WNBA In 2022, there were 6 black head coaches. In 2026, two black head coaches, 0 black women. There's been progress. 7 out of 15 are women, including 2 of color. But for a league that's 60% plus black, does raise questions about why coaching hires don't better reflect that. Because why can't you hire black women? Why won't you hire Pokey Chapman so she can hump the players? Why? We want our black women to coach that we've circulated around the league. The whites too, the white women too, that hump their players. We don't care. We want our septum ringers. Why can't all our coaches wear septum rings? That's what we want in this league. It's not fair. It's just not fair. The only thing we ask is that all of our coaches be black women that wear septum rings. Well, what do you mean women? Megan, why are you crying? What's wrong? What do you mean women? I don't mean women. I'm sorry, not women, cisgendered women. We want our coaches to be cisgendered women, and we want them to wear septum rings. That's all we want. That is all we're asking for. This is our league. We built this. We built this league. We built this league brick by brick, hump by hump. And the men are coming and taking our jobs. And all we want is, and we just want our septum rings and our coaches. That's it. Well, Megan, what if like the guy that's hired is better qualified? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, CJ. It doesn't matter. This is our league. This is where we can go and be free. We don't want leaders who want to win. This league isn't about winning. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to win, CJ. We don't hire based on winning. We don't see. We don't hire based on winning. That's not a goal here. We want to hire based on who can hop. Get with the program. We want black women. It doesn't matter if they're qualified. You see here? See what one of the slows tweeted? Look at what one of the slows tweeted, CJ. See, somebody agrees with me. See? Yep. It just keeps happening. Slowly, year on year. The league is changing from the inside. And it's not the OGs, it's men coming from the outside, stealing the rise we created without them. They're stealing the rise we created without them. That's right. That's right. Well, Gun Case Town, what do you mean the rise you created? What do you mean? The rise we created it without without the men. Without the men. Well, maybe the rise. What if the rise came from white Jesus, Caitlin Clark, and then real sports fans came in, and then men looked and said, "Hey, I don't know what the hell type of organization they're running over there or what they're running over there. Let's get some. Hey, you're fired. You're fired. You're definitely fired. Fired. Let's get some leadership in here and let's try to clean this thing up." What happened? So that's what's happening, guys. The Slows and Shanae they're upset. They're upset that men, it's just too many dicks around. All right, we don't like these dicks. It's too many dicks around. Now, no one invited you here. What are you doing here? All right. Yo. Yo, I be trying to hold character during this show, but I promise you, it's so hard. It's so hard because feel, I can feel W360 Nation laughing. And I'm trying to hold it together, but I am cracking the fuck up on the inside. The slows are upset, okay? It's just too many penises around, okay? It's too many penises around. Real penises. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Why can't organizations just choose who they think is the best candidate? And it doesn't matter if you're black, doesn't matter if you're white, doesn't matter if you have a penis or a vagina. We just really want the best coach. Okay? Uh Before let me wrap this up. Noelle Quinn said Noelle Quinn on 5 black women head coaches in Unrivaled versus none in the WNBA. Noelle Quinn says, "It's not by accident. I believe it's intentional representation." What I just tell y'all, when we were naming, if it was up to them, what would their key word be? Representation, baby. Representation. We're going to represent everybody. Okay? Everybody doesn't need to be represented. Mental it's not by accident. I believe it's intentional representation is possible when leadership chooses to make it possible. Quinn on if she'll coach in the W, we'll see. Or Noelle Quinn, you might not coach in the W again because you didn't do a good job in Seattle. Oh, one of my friends closed all 3 of their rings. Sade. You just closed your move ring. Tyson, I have no idea why you haven't accepted my invite. Noel, you just might not be a good coach. No one's going to hire you just because you're a black woman. Or that's the expectation in this league. Okay. Seriously. Seriously. Just let the man coach. Let the man coach. Okay? Let him coach for a minute. Um War Dog 44. What's up, War Dog 44? War Dog 44 says someone should ask her why her former team didn't support her. Michaels 2331 says, bottom line, the league became a professional league when Caitlyn was drafted. The old guard can't take change. They're in stock or they're in shock. Okay. MTV22V, thank you for the laugh, CJ. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. All right, guys, if you're here, please like the video. Please like the video. If you're watching a playback right now, please comment on the video so that the video is able to be is in the algorithm for WNBA content. Okay. Of course, we are in the off season, so of course it's harder to get our videos out there. But I definitely appreciate everyone that's still tuning in the off season and still supporting. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm trying to see where I want to go next. Do I want to talk about Bree Turner's delusion? Bree Turner wants transgenders in the WNBA, basically. Or Angel McCoughtry. I'm going to do the CBA stuff last because that's just that'll be quick. That's not too much to go on. What do we want to do next? Let's talk about Angel McCoughtry. Let's talk about Angel McCoughtry. Do I have her here? Yes. Let's talk about Angel McCoughtry. uh Actually, I changed my mind. Let's go to Bree Turner. No. I'll stick with Angel McCoughtry. Angel McCoughtry, a former WNBA player. Okay, she's a former WNBA player. Uh, First round pick to the Atlanta Dream. Did some decent things in the WNBA when nobody cared. But Angel McCoughtry is upset. Okay. She's upset because Michael Porter Jr. Basically said a comment that 7th and 8th grade, that his former 7th and 8th grade self, he was on a podcast, and he said his former 7th and 8th grade self could beat a WNBA team. You know, he, mind you, I don't watch Michael Porter Jr.'s podcast. Don't watch him. I don't even know what he does in the NBA because I'm a casual NBA fan. I don't follow the man. I think the NBA is just, I watch it when friends come over, I watch it if someone says let's go out and catch the game. And I'm like, absolutely, let's do it. But I don't follow. I couldn't tell you who was who and who was what. I know the key players or the top players. But I can never tell you who plays for the Charlotte. What are they? The Sting? Charlotte Sting? Whatever that squad is called. I don't know who plays for the Utah Jazz. I don't know. I'm a casual viewer of the NBA. I just watch it for fun, which is a relief because I can watch and not have a dog in the fight when I'm watching, NBA basketball. I don't have a dog in the fight, so it's cool just to watch and have a drink and, just hang around, hang out with friends. Nonetheless, Michael Porter Jr. is an NBA player. And he basically said that his 7th and 8th grade self would beat a WNBA team, as far as I'm concerned. Nonetheless, let's take a look at what he said, and then let's come back and talk about it.
But I have real experience doing this because I played. My sisters went to University of Missouri, and I was still a young dude, and they had me playing like on the scout team, and they had a few WNBA players on the team, like Sophie Cunningham and a couple others, and I think I was like in the 7th or 8th grade, going dumb. I'm talking about like, so I have real life experience.
It's not physically fair, bro.
It's just a difference, man. And I wish this would stop being a conversation because it should be common sense.
Angel, why are men so obsessed with this conversation?
First of all, congratulations. You was dominating against women in the 8th grade. What does he want? Does he want a cookie? You want a medal for that?
It's the fact that she said you were dominating against women in the 8th grade.
Only thing that should be coming out of a man's mouth about women is uplifting her. I think the main thing we should be talking about, a woman, guess what? When I gotta come and drop 40 and I'm on my fucking period and I'm bleeding and my stomach hurts and my back hurts, when y'all load manage off a headache, let's talk about how awesome that is. Let's talk about how awesome it is that women, we have these babies and we come back and still dominate sports. That stuff is not, you can dunk. A lot of us can't do that. But the awesome things we can do, let's highlight that. Let's highlight that. Guess what? We are wives. So it's not easy to take care of a husband and kids and come and dominate a sport. Let's talk about how strong and awesome that is. And so if you notice real quick, the elites, Kobe don't say that kind of stuff about us. He never did. He only uplifted us and supported us.
He was being
Bron
nice.
don't talk that kind of stuff. Why the elites don't talk like that?
This is a narrative from Michael Porter Jr. Do you have any thoughts on him?
He talks about the WNBA a lot. I would love to see him come practice with us one time. Come practice with us. I think he needs to see the ins and outs of how hard we do work and how much we do put our bodies through. Because sometimes they just look through this lens from the outside and they don't really see the inside. And I think if he came and spent the day with us, he would have a new appreciation.
Angel. First of all, when you say if he come and practice with us, you're not on the WNBA team, so he would never practice with you. One, and this is respectfully. This is respectfully. Two, Angel, you're so defensive, dear. You're so defensive. And Angel was a good player when she played. She was a good player. But Angel, you have to realize that what you're basing when you played on, when we were on our periods and we bled and we our back hurt when we played and we dominated our sport. Angel, when you played, let's be completely honest. I don't know if you know, but some people were watching, a few, but people were watching. Do you know what your league looked like when you played? Do you know what your league looked like? They look like you. And to say we dominated the league on our appearance, Angel, okay. But why are you so defensive? He's stating the truth. He's literally saying, when I was in 7th and 8th grade, my sisters played at Missouri, and I would go and practice with them. And they would have WNBA players on the practice squad. You know, anybody that played college basketball, anybody in that local town that played professional, they come back to college and hoop and practice and go back to their college. We all know that. Anyone that's played college basketball, we've practiced against pro players, whether they were overseas or in the WNBA, whatever, or NBA men's side, whatever, overseas, whatever, right? They come back and play. And he said I was in 7th and 8th grade going dumb. Let's look at this guy in 7th and 8th grade for a second, and then I want to come back to this. Let's just look at him in 7th and 8th grade. Angel, I think he's correct. I agree with him. I think he's correct I think the conversation being had that his 7th and 8th grade team would beat a WNBA team. Yes, they're men. They're men. Okay, they're stronger. And I know everyone is confused about what a man and a woman is nowadays. They're men. He's stronger, faster, more athletic. Angel? And you're going off hollering periods and we're wives and we go and dominating our humping sport where we just hump each other, because that's what Angel did when she played. She humped a bunch of players. She actually beat up her girlfriend. I think she got arrested one time, if I'm not mistaken. Allegedly. Don't send me anything. Allegedly. If I'm not mistaken, Angel McCoughtry was one of the players that got arrested for beating up her girlfriend because she couldn't hump hard enough after a loss. But I say that to say, Angel, you're going off and you're being sensitive because this guy stated in the conversation being had around this conversation, or the conversation being had right now, is that, yeah, probably an 8th grade team. And we're not talking about an 8th grade team out in the middle in damn Hitchcock, Texas. We're not talking about that. We're talking about an elite 8th grade team could beat a WNBA team. They probably could. Why are you so offended? It's the truth. You're telling me that guy, that those highlights we just watched, that guy and his team can't beat the Chicago Sky? That guy and his team can't beat the Dallas Wings? It's obvious. So what? They're men. Angel, now I know you strap up and you beat your women and you feel like a man. But you're not. You will get beat one-on-one by a real man. Your team, you can get the best 5 in the league and a man team will beat you. Angel? It is what it is. Now, this conversation is old and it's tired. This conversation is old and it's tired, Angel. I don't know why you're so upset. Why you're so upset, Angel. Mind you, it doesn't even seem like that this guy, Mike Porter Jr., whatever y'all call him over there, MPJ, whatever y'all call him over there. He was just laughing, saying like I was going dumb when I was in the 8th grade. They really tried to make me practice against, and I used to go to my sister's basketball practice, and I was going dumb then. Also, Angel, you never went home to a man and kids. You had a girl that you beat up when you played. Go Getter Never Quitter said, didn't 8th grade boys beat the U.S. women's soccer team? Yes. That is true. This whole thing happened against the U.S. women's national soccer team played against 8th grade boys and they lost. But guess what people like with common sense says? Okay, so boys are faster. Boys are faster. They're faster? Okay, fine. They're more physical. Whatever. No one cares. It's the Angel McCoughtry's of the world that likes to say, we're equal to men. We're equal to men. But Angel McCoughtry, to go on this rant, nobody went on the rant when Asia Wilson said that she could be, I think she came out and said before she could be an NBA player one-on-one and all that stuff. This is talk. This is banter. Why are you so mad, Angel? Why? You probably could have stuck around the league if you weren't beating up your women that you were humping. You probably could have stuck around longer. You probably could have. Why don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about the that conversation was funny to me. That was funny to me to see Angel going off like that when that man was stating the obvious. Mind you, Sophie Cunningham, the white Nubian princess, the white Nubian queen, Sophie Cunningham, commented on the conversation because, of course, this was everywhere. Sophie Cunningham said, Sophie Cunningham on MPJ saying he could have beat a WNBA team when he was in the 8th grade. She said, I mean, it's probably true. Why is Sophie Cunningham the only one that has common sense around here? Why? Why is Sophie Cunningham, the white Nubian queen, the only one that has common sense? Yeah, it's probably true. Did you see that? Did you see him? Did you see that team? Right? So, to Angel McCoughtry, Angel, shut your pie hole. You shut your pie hole right now. Seriously. And this is why a lot of you all just aren't liked. I'm telling you, because you're delusional. You're delusional. You're delusional. And how are you going to sit and say the only thing a man should be saying is praising us? How are you going to dictate what someone should be talking about and saying, Angel? How? You sound stupid. Angel sounds ridiculous. Yes, it was Josh Hart. That's who it was. So Asia Wilson said she could beat Josh Hart one-on-one. Not one NBA player came out and said this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, y'all play on y'all periods and back pains and stuff, but we still play through ankle sprains and we still do it. This is just normal banter. Why are you so upset, Angel? Goodness, rated Bo 8147. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the show. Tyrone Brewer 3219 says Las Vegas Aces. Peggy Cole. Sophie went to high school with his sisters. Yes, yes. All right. Brianna Turner has irritated me this week. She has irritated me this week. Okay. You guys know if you follow W360, and I think it's just W360 Nation in here tonight. Yeah. Yeah, okay. We're intimate tonight, so that's cool. It's just W360 Nation in here tonight. Um, you guys know how I feel about Brianna Turner. I think she stinks. I think she's possibly in the top 5 of worst players in the WNBA. Okay, she stinks. Stinky! Stinks! Right? But she uses WNBA to platform her political thoughts. I can't remember W360 Nation, but remind me, was it Bree Turner that I was talking about when I said she should go be like a professor at a university? And we named off different universities that she could go and teach a class to these students. She can go and just spew her thoughts and opinions. It was Bree Turner we was talking about that episode. We named off, we said Clark, Spellman, Bethune-Cookman, where I said Bree Turner would be way more useful as a Black history professor or something like that. I can't remember, guys. Y'all be sending me stuff I didn't say, but I think it was Bree Turner we were talking about. I stand by those sentiments. Colleen Gimma says, yes, it was her. Okay. I knew it was Bree Turner we was talking about, where I said she has a better career, being a professor at some university. Go just brainwash some kids, and just victimize them. Sade says, I think that was one of those, that was one of the rants. It was Bree Turner. If not, whatever. Nonetheless, Bree Turner has gotten under my skin. She has gotten under my skin this week. Okay? Not only do I think you stink as a player, stinky, dead raccoons in a basement. You stink. Right? Lovely girl. I'll stand by that. I really think that Bree Turner, is a overall lovely girl. Somebody, I always say, somebody you can go and pick apples with. Someone you can go and pick apples with. But Bree Turner, Chris Mitchell said you've had quite a few rants about her and Howard. I think it was Bree Turner I was talking about that time. I can't remember. Nonetheless, Bree Turner is someone you could definitely go and pick cherries and apples with, for sure. But she goes on a random rant this week. And Bree Turner, I just simply have to just call you out this week, okay? Okay? I want you out of my town, and I want you out of my league. Let's take a look at what Bree Turner had to say. Bree Turner says, it would forever blow my mind that some only come to the defense of women's sports when the topic is trans inclusion, when realistically they just hate trans people and could care less about women's sports entirely. Trans inclusion is not some big issue in women's sports as society makes it out to be. It's a political rage bait point meant to target a handful of athletes, and people keep falling for it. The debate is harmful to cis and trans women, athletes alike. That's funny. Athletes alike. And much more of the concern about the safety of women and girls in sports has to do with cis men, not trans women. So many imaginative stories of things that have literally never happened because no one has ever got their skull busted. What if this and that? No. There's actual evidence of the harm cis men have had on women's sports. Um, where are we at? Well, one, this conversation I'll start here. This conversation is so old. This conversation is so old. Okay? I think the average person, and I'm going to touch on it. I'm not scared. I'm going to touch on it. The average person nowadays is tired of the conversation, especially the average person that has common sense. We're tired of the conversation, Bree. We're tired of the conversation. I don't know why you decided to tweet this nonsense out of nowhere, but I'm telling you right now, Bree Turner, I really wish you would get out of my town with this nonsense. Okay? I really wish you would get out of my town with this nonsense, and no one is going to be bold enough to come out and say it. But I'm telling you right now, I'm bold enough. They can block my show in territories. They can try to do whatever it is that they want to do. Trans women or trans or whatever you want to call it does not belong in women's sports. Okay? That's just what it is, Bree. That's just what it is. Now you get off America's team spewing this nonsense. And I don't understand why the GM and why the people in power won't just eliminate her. Eliminate her. You know how you used to eliminate characters on Mortal Kombat in the video game? Eliminate it. Eliminate her with this nonsense, Bree. And this is respectfully. No one has anything against trans people. If you want to go around and believe that if you believe you were born in the wrong body and all that stuff, that's fine. No one cares. Go get the help you need or go get the surgeries you need. Whatever. But you're not going to come in our sports and play. You're not. Okay? What are we talking about here? And you try to claim that, it's protect. The only time that y'all want to protect women is because of your hate of trans. No, Bree, it's actually opposite. It's actually opposite of what you're saying. People love women. That's why we want to protect women like you and other players from transgender women. We don't want those weirdos in the sport playing. And you know what's crazy to me? You know what's crazy to me? The fact that Bree Turner, who is one of the sorriest players in this league now, I don't care about what she did when the league wasn't competitive. I'm talking about now, when she played against like newer opponents. Bree, you're for trans people playing in the league. You do know you would be the first to be eliminated off a roster, right? If trans people or women or whatever came into this league, you would be the first to go. You would lose your job. You know that, right? What do you think? You're good? You think you're good? You're not good. You're not good. You would be the first to go. So when we talk about protect, and you, Bree Turner, and Shanae Ogumake, and the rest of the freedom fighters and activists in the league holler, protect black women, protect women, protect women. Okay, protect women. But it's protect women until it comes to trans that want to come in your league. They're just going to eliminate you because they're going to be faster. They're going to be stronger. They're going to be more athletic. You want to know why? Because they're men. They're men. That's why. You're going to lose your job. You see how stupid you look and sound? You see how stupid you look and sound? Okay? We're not standing behind this. People with common sense, Bree, aren't standing behind this mess you're spewing. No, Bree, you barely have a job on the Indiana Fever. You stink. You suck. You stink. And you're hollering for trans women, quote unquote cis women, and opposed to cis women. Bree, you shut your pie hole. You stink. You stink. You would be the first to go. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm telling you right now, I promise you, I do not get. I will never understand how these women in this league advocate for transgenders to play. You all would get fired. You would be replaced. You would be replaced. They would be stronger than you. I don't care whatever surgeries or whatever they identify as and have. They would be faster and stronger than you. They get 797 surgeries to look like you. Seriously. We're not building. Let me tell you something. I think, I really hope, and that's why I say people like Shanae Ogumake and Bree Turners of the world, and who else? Natasha Clouds of the world, and the other activists in the league, do not let them have any position of power in this league. They would be stupid enough to let transgenders play when they don't realize the whole time they're going to eradicate their positions. You stupid at. And this is nothing against transgender people or women. I like it. You know, you guys are accepted. You're accepted now. You're accepted. You got your positions in society. You guys are you're fighting a great fight. But you're not going to come in this league. You're not coming in this league. I don't care what Breonna Turner's sorry ass has to say. You're not coming. You go and get your own league. It's not fair. It's just not fair. You don't get to just bully your way into every goddamn place you want to get into. God damn, you get to go into every restaurant you want to go into. You get to go into every goddamn resort you want. You get to go everywhere you want to go. You're not coming in this league. You're not coming. The doors are closed. Seriously. Seriously, these women would be stupid to stand behind Breonna Turner with this mess. You would think there would be bigger things to talk about when it comes to their community. And I'm telling you, I'm not against trans women. I think men or women, trans people, let them do what they want to do. Let them go where they want to go. Let them be where they want to be. Who cares? I'm with that. Let them be where they want to be. Do not bother people. Let people exist how they want to exist. That's how I feel about it. But you're not going to come to the WNBA. You're not. Or the college basketball, none of that, okay? Okay? I don't care how many surgeries you get. Somewhere out there, there's some transgender man, woman, whatever. There's somewhere out there some transgender that's about to undergo their 79th surgery. Their 79th surgery. All right, we're going to pull some skin here. All right, you hear me? We're going to pull some skin from the ear, and we're going to take some skin from the leg. You hear me? And we're going to form this, and then we're going to pull some skin from your buttocks, okay? And then we're going to take some skin from your neck, and we're going to take some skin from your mouth. We're going to pull some skin from everywhere to make you feel like whatever make-believe thing, we're going to do it. Okay? We're going to do it. And we're going to pull some skin from your elbow because this skin can be used as well. We're going to pull this right here. I'm going to cut it off, and then I'm going to put it right here so we can form this. Somewhere out there, there is some transgender undergoing an 89th surgery to pull some skin from your elbow, and we're going to do this. All right? They're undergoing their 29th surgery. Some of these doctors need to be locked up. I'm gonna be honest, some of these doctors that's just cutting and cutting and cutting, you gotta be locked up. All right? Don't come trying to come to the WNBA. Some y'all people in that community, y'all need to start checking your doctors. Your doctors are doing a lot of cutting. It's cut. We're gonna cut the skin from the elbow, and then we're gonna take it from your leg, and then we're gonna pull it from your throat. And then we're going to pull some more skin from your shoulder, and we're going to pull some more skin from your knuckle. And we're going to make this, hey, god damn. And then we're going to form this person here, and then go play in the WNBA. No. Don't you come bringing all that stuff to the WNBA. No. All right, it's too much cutting happening. It's too much cutting. Stop the cutting. Stop the cutting. Don't bring all that nonsense to the WNBA. No. Address the issues over there first. Tell these doctors to stop cutting. Some of these doctors can cut up more people than Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay? Seriously. We're going to pull a little skin from the back here. No! Stop the cut. Stop the cutting. Stop the cutting. Some of these doctors need to go to prison. Stop the cutting. Deal with that first, Bree Turner. Why don't you address that? These doctors are playing Frankenstein on these people. Why don't you address that? But they're not coming to our league. No. We're not building leagues for trans. We're not going to open all this for trans. Why don't we open asylums for some of these people? Why don't we do that? That's all I'm saying. Seriously, I don't care who cut this up and put it out. I don't care. I don't. Seriously, we're not bringing that shit to this league. We got enough bullshit in the WNBA. We're not bringing those people to this league. You guys address what's going on over there. Put your doctors in prison. Those doctors are just cut. They're just slicing people up. Address that. Stop the cutting. Trans. Seriously, don't bring that to our league. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get past the Chanel case. And we're trying to get to a reasonable state in this league where real sports fans can enjoy a real sport. We don't need trans in our league with their issues. Those trans in their issues, they need to address those doctors that just cut. They're just cutting, slicing people the fuck up. Address that. You guys have your own shit to deal with over there. Don't you come into my league, Bree Turner. Why don't you post about that? Post about that, Bree. Seriously. Seriously, we don't need any of those issues in the WNBA. There's enough issues in the WNBA that needs to be settled now. So Bree Turner, please respectfully, shut your pie hole. You shut your pie hole. Okay? And this is respectfully because I love the transgender community. I love y'all. This is respectfully. If you're in Houston, I love a good little drag show. I love it. I am speaking. I just, telling you, like, hey, don't bring all that over here. WNBA has enough issues. We don't need transgenders in the league. We don't. All right. The CBA negotiations, where we at? Oh, we at an hour and 40. All right, the CBA negotiations. They're still in the air. They're still in the air, guys. lately what has happened is what's been offered to the players is a multiple max that no one has agreed upon anything. The multiple max contract is worth $1.1 million. So what that means, guys, is that the top player would get $1.1 million in the WNBA. Okay. And the worst player, like a Bree Turner, would get $220,000. That's what was offered to the WNBA players, the WNBA PA, and they have turned it down. They said it's not enough. Okay. So just to say, the multiple max contract is worth $1.1 million, but last season, let's just put this into perspective. Last season, the max contract was $249,000. The league is telling them, hey, the top players, the max contract is $1.1 million. Okay? The sorriest player on your team minimally could get $220,000. A Bree Turner, a Christy Wallace, a just terrible players in the W could get $220,000. Last season, the worst player in the league, or the league minimum, was $66,000. Well, the girl said that's not enough. The girl said that's not enough. What's up, Kelly? What's up, Kelly? The girl said that's not enough. Okay. They're still negotiating. They're still going back and forth. From what I'm being told, I'm not sure if it's the player salary that's the holdup, but the main thing is the revenue sharing for the proposal. The revenue sharing is that the players just do not agree on it. Sade just walked in my place. I changed the code. I changed the code to my door and I have no idea why you how did you figure out the code? Did I tell you the code? I have a key. You do not have a key. I have a code to my door, dear. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why are you here? I didn't invite you here. I didn't invite you here. Now, that's technically stalking. When you just show up to someone's home. Actually, that's trespassing. When you just show up to someone's home and without permission, that's trespassing. I am doing my show. I was until you walked in. Why are you here? Why are you here? Nonetheless, guys, if you're watching, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Nonetheless, so the women turned down the offer for $1.1 million, and the league minimum is $220,000. So what's happening right now is I think that they're basically negotiating on the revenue sharing. Guys, I stand behind this. And I'll say this now. I'm not mad at anyone asking for more money. I don't count anyone's pockets. So, if they want to ask for more money, I'm not mad at it. But my whole thing is like, damn. I mean, the league didn't profit. They're offering over $1 million for the top players. What else are you asking for? And I'm asking respectfully. I'm not one of those people that's like, well, what you mean? And they need to ask for more money. I get it. But I wish I could know, like, well, what are they asking for? An amount. What are they asking for? And I understand it comes down to the revenue sharing. So what are they asking for. They won't disclose the amount as far as what they're asking for with the revenue sharing. Is it reasonable? Who knows? The CBA negotiations is up in the air. MTV 22, always love your show, Channel CJ. Thank you. I love you back. I love you back. Um, so it makes me wonder who's negotiating this, because what's happening is this is looking like that the league will go into a lockout, right? And if the league goes into a lockout, then we don't get to watch the Flagees, the AZ Fuzz, the Olivia Miles, the Laura Betts. We don't get to watch them next season because you guys are mad at the end of the day because you're trying to get a share of what you didn't get to get in NIL deals. That's all that's happening here. You're not negotiating in good faith for the future of the league because that's what y'all did, right? Come on, Cheryl Swoops and the rest of the women of the league. We put our blood, sweat, and tears. We put our blood, sweat, and tears. You sacrifice for the league. Okay, cool. So sacrifice and negotiate in good faith for the future players. Instead of trying to negotiate to where you get a little piece and we get. I just think that when you have a Nneka Ogwumike negotiating deals, she can't be trusted. And the rest of them, it just comes down to what's up, 6'8" Aquarius? What's going on? It just comes down to just like I don't know. I just really hope this doesn't reach a point to where there's not a lockout. Because if there's a lockout, then guess what? There is no more WNBA. There is no more WNBA. And if you think for 1 second, these girls that's playing in college right now, they didn't play to go and play over in Saudi Arabia or Asia or somewhere else. Their dream was to play in the WNBA. So negotiate accordingly. No one's going to retroactivate back pay for you. No one's going to do it. Okay? We're not going to do it. Now, if you guys are stupid enough to have a lockout, I'm telling you right now, you're going to wrap your league. You're going to wrap your league like a lettuce taco wrap. Wrapped. Taco Bell. You're going to wrap it up. Okay? You are. So I say that to say, guys, I hope they reach I really hope these people reach an agreement, and we have a league to watch. We have a league to watch. Go ahead and wrapping up right here. Camila Cardoso is headed to the Projects B. Camila Cardoso is headed to the Projects B as well. Not mad at the players are going to get that money, okay? Natasha Howard also signed with a team in China. I hope that means that she won't be back in Indiana. I hope that means that she won't be back in Indiana. I hope that means that she won't be back in Indiana. All right. Women's college basketball, it was an exciting past weekend, okay? Hannah Hidalgo has absolutely bounced back. Okay, she hit the electrifying game-winning shot. Okay, she hit the electrifying game-winning shot. Also, Silas Swords almost beat UConn by herself. She almost beat UConn. Y'all asses almost lost. Okay, y'all almost lost. Women's college basketball is electrifying right now. Follow me on Twitter, guys. Follow me on Twitter. What are we? It's an hour and 50 minutes on. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at the W360_. At the W360_. Make sure you're following me. That's my only account. That is me officially tweeting. Any other accounts, I don't know who they are. At the W360_. That's me tweeting. Okay. Before we get out of here, people, I love you. You guys know I love you. And life is life. Okay? Life is going to happen. Life does not stop happening. Please, 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 do not succumb to tough times in life, if that makes sense. If anyone is watching right now, you're going through a tough time. It may be a job layoff. It may be a breakup. You may have lost a home or about to lose a home or about to just any tough time in life. Just please know that I ask you to not succumb to it, because we are resilient people and we're going to figure it out, right? So when I say do not succumb to problems in life, we are resilient people and we find a way to figure out our problems in life. But once you figure it out, guess what? Another problem happens. So let's say you got laid off and cool, I found another job. Now I have this better job. But guess what? Problems don't stop because now someone in your family passed away. So now you're dealing with grief. You know what I mean? Do not succumb to problems in life because they never stop. Just do what makes you happy in life, because this shit and problems do not stop. It doesn't matter if you're poor. It doesn't matter if you're middle class. It doesn't matter if you're rich. Problems never stop. No one is out here living a life without problems. So don't succumb to them and just do what makes you happy in life. Be around people that makes you happy. Because we only have one of these goddamn lives to live. So just live it. Okay? I love you. I love you, W360 Nation. I love you. Follow me on Twitter at the W360_. At the W360_. Guys, happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving if you're celebrating this year. Happy Thanksgiving if you're not celebrating this year. Feel free to email me. I may go live for Thanksgiving, but feel free to email me. If you don't have anyone, I'll email with you back. You know. But other than that, guys, I love you so much, and be nice to each other. It's the holidays. It's the time of the year that's tough for a lot of people. Be nice to people. You never know how this time of the year could be tough for someone. Be nice to people. I love you. Until next episode. Peace and